2020 now, and one candidate for Congress is calling on Georgia's Secretary of State to step down.
Carolyn Bourdeaux, who is headed to a runoff in the race for Georgia's 7th congressional district, said our state's top election official must go. CBS 46's Adam Murphy live in Midtown Atlanta. Adam, you've got the latest.
That's right. Bourdeaux told me during a one-on-one Zoom interview today that the Secretary of State must be held accountable for yesterday's problems at the polls. It's an election day debacle, which no one wants to own up to. County officials blame the meltdown on coronavirus concerns and a lack of training on new voting machines. And it doesn't appear that the buck stops with the Secretary of State.
Just totally disorganized mess. They had 3 additional months to get ready for this. They've had those machines for 6 months now in their storage warehouses. They could have gone out and trained their employees, trained their precinct workers. And what did they do? They squandered that time.
Several local officials have fired back, blaming poor leadership at the state level. And congressional candidate Carolyn Bourdeaux is calling on Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger to resign.
We did see this coming. We did worry about the rollout of these new machines and that the counties were not prepared and didn't have appropriate support.
We've done our job, but if Fulton can't do theirs, that's why we're going to do an investigation. That thing needs a top-down cleaning house because they're not doing things the way they're not servicing the voters.
It's the state that chose to purchase these machines. It's the state that picked the system. And the state has responsibility for making sure it is implemented appropriately. And we saw a complete collapse of that yesterday.
The big question now is whether state and local officials will be prepared for runoffs in August and the general election in November. We're going to press for transparency on this process. And if that rainbow over my shoulder is any sign of good things to come, then there's hope. We're live in Midtown Atlanta. Adam Murphy, CBS 46 News.